What's going on, everybody? Tanner with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. Yes, I know it's been a while since my last video, but I wasn't just wasting time and being lazy. I was actually working on a brand new dropshipping course, completely free. It is free. It will always be free, and I'll be releasing it soon. So what I've done is it's a 5-day training series I want to put out for you guys for 2019 strategies, just to help you sort of get to where you want to be. And what I've done is I've released it to a test group of 15 people on my Instagram stories. I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me talk about it and post some of the results people have gotten already. I'll put those right here. So I don't have a specific date of when I'm going to launch it completely 100% to everyone yet, but I will definitely keep you guys updated. And in this video, as you saw in the title and thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about the truth behind learning Facebook ads in 2019, because a lot has changed. There's a lot of stuff you got to learn, a lot of stuff going on. And most people seem to think that it's just super easy to get into dropshipping and Facebook ads in general, and start making a bunch of money. You know, I see people out there, different influencers or people that try and teach e-commerce, like these ads going around everywhere. I'm sure you've seen some of them, like on Instagram story ads, these people, these kids running ads. Like there was this one guy talking about like Facebook ad columns is the one key to success with Facebook ads. And columns is just how you organize your data. It's not going to help you get data and help you make sales, but it's going to help you, see better and understand what you're looking at. But it's definitely not the number one key to running successful Facebook ads and getting successful results. So one thing I want to tell you guys just right off the bat is be careful who you take advice from. Never take advice from someone that isn't doing what you want to do or has already accomplished something that you want to accomplish. Like for me, someone I would consider my mentor or someone that I would want to learn from is, let's say, someone who's very successful in real estate. If I want to get into real estate, I'm going to listen to them. If they have a large portfolio of real estate, they have, past experience with it, they've learned with it, they've failed, they've succeeded, then I would want to learn from that person. I don't want to listen to someone who, is a plumber talk about real estate and buying houses and flipping them, because obviously if they were very successful with it, then they most likely would not be a plumber. Don't take advice from someone unless they've already accomplished something that you want to accomplish. If you follow me on Instagram, you would see I've been posting stuff in my story about this. Be careful who you take advice from, because these story ads are everywhere. They're trying to sell you stuff. And even in my Facebook group, I had to turn off posts for right now because so many people were making posts saying they needed help. And then these guys, this group of people would just go in and DM them on Facebook and say, look, I can teach you, pay me $200 or whatever it is, and I'll mentor you. And it's not that simple. They were stealing people's money, scamming people, and I felt bad for all the people that it happened to. So for right now, I just put everything on hold in that Facebook group. So sorry to you guys if you're in there. It's all being taken care of and it will be back to normal soon. And right now we're just focusing on removing all those bad people in there that are trying to just steal your money. So the best way to learn Facebook ads, right now I have one of my business partners, Ariel. He's in the other room. And we've been working on a new store and just strictly Facebook ads. We started with cold testing and really that's a little bit of what we're doing now. We have some custom audiences going. But what we've realized is that right now in 2019, there's so many different things going on with Facebook. One of the biggest issues I've seen as far as students of mine in next generation e-commerce or even just my own stores is that you'll have consistency from the start. Consistency is the hardest thing to have with Facebook ad success and having profitable sales. But what's been happening is we'll launch something, a new campaign, we'll have a few ad sets, whatever. They're doing well, they're profitable for like 2 to 3 days. And you get excited, you're ready, like, oh man, this is actually going to be a good product. I'm making money. And then 2 days goes on and it's just not profitable at all. They're still spending the same amount, but they're not getting purchases, it's not optimizing right. And there's literally nothing you can do about it. You can try and make the same campaign over again, exactly how you made the original one. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's really what I've been seeing a lot of in 2019 is just, it's super hard to get consistency. It's not really just about getting 1 sale, 2 sales. A lot of people can get a lucky sale when they first start running ads. That happens to most people, but getting something consistent that will make you money for the long run is something that has been very, very difficult. So learning Facebook ads in 2019 or just in general is not something easy. I see so many people make it seem super simple and super easy. And what I'm going to be doing through the next few YouTube videos I'll be posting is sort of like some guided step-by-step tutorials on what I've been doing in 2019 on some of my new strategies. I've been messing around with CBO, which is campaign budget optimization. If you know a little bit about Facebook ads, then basically instead of making a campaign for 10 ad sets or whatever with different interests and putting them at $10 a day, $20 a day, whatever you're putting the budget at, you're making however many ad sets you want, 5 to 10, and just having a campaign budget. So what it's going to do, instead of spending money each day within the budget you set for the ad sets, it's going to be spending an overall budget at whatever you set it at the campaign level. So one ad set, let's say you set the campaign budget at $100 a day. One ad set may spend $20 a day. One may spend $5 a day. It's wherever Facebook wants to spend and where it thinks it'll get the most sales. So campaign budget optimization is new. Facebook's been pushing it out a little bit. It's not really new. It's just Facebook's been pushing it more and more. And a lot of people are starting to realize what it is and the potential of it. But one of the things that I've been seeing is that a lot of people are going, people that want to learn about dropshipping and Facebook ads, they're going out, watching a tutorial, whether it's on my channel, someone else's channel, on Facebook ads, and they're watching a video and following whatever we do step by step and expecting the same results we get, whether it's a good result or a bad result, but most of the time it's going to be a good result. And they're going to test it with their own strategy, sort of tied into it with their own products and stores and stuff like that. And they're not going to get a good result. And then they come to us and they complain and then they give up on the business. Now, that's one thing with Facebook ads. This is another one of the things that comes down to it is budget and patience. A lot of people think you can go in with $50 to $100 a day budget, or not per day, just in general, 50 to $100. They put in the money, they lose it, and they give up. You're going to need a higher budget. I was talking to someone on my Instagram live last night. I was inviting random people, and this guy's like, yeah, I spent almost $5,000 on all this different stuff. He was just testing a ton of different stuff at one time, different stores, different products, instead of focusing in on one single thing and learning that specific skill set and just figuring out how to test one single product at a time on one store and then learn from that and continue on. He was just testing so many things at once that it sort of just all fell apart and he started losing money a ton. And what I told him is that, you're going to need a budget. Of course, $5,000 is a ton of money. Nobody wants to lose that money, whether you're very successful or whether that's all the money you have. You don't want to lose that much money. But he had that capital investment up front to use, but he used it in the wrong way. Sometimes if you have too much money and you're careless, then you're going to lose it fast. This guy had a lot of money to spend to invest and try stuff, and he lost it all almost. Now, other people on the other side may have like $100. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to try and juggle a bunch of stuff at once, and they're going to lose it. But the thing is, you're going to need a decent amount of money up front. You're going to need $500 to $1,000, maybe even more. This new store Ariel and I made, I'll put a screenshot right here. Yesterday was our first profitable day. I had like a 3-point-something ROAS, whatever's on that picture there. And it wasn't like that from the beginning. We had to test a lot of different stuff. We were seeing what's working, what's not, and we lost like $1,000, like $1,500 to $2,000 up front on the store before we actually made any profit back. And we're still breaking even now because of product costs and stuff like that. So most of the time, you're not going to be successful right off the bat. And that's something you have to learn and realize before you get into it. You're going to lose money. Now, we lost a lot of money because we weren't moving slow with it. We were trying to just see what we could do and move on from there. But $50 to $100 to invest up front is not something that you should actually try and do, because most likely that's not going to make you successful. You can't really put in $100 and expect $1,000 back. If you follow a tutorial like I talked about a couple minutes ago, you're not going to get the same exact result that we got and that what you want. In order to get a result, you're going to have to do something different. If you try and do the same thing over and over to get a specific result, you're not going to get a different result. You're going to just get the same thing over and over. So don't test things over and over that aren't working for you. Don't just try doing one campaign with 10 interests for every single product and expecting it to work. Of course, it depends on the product and the ads, and there's tons of variables that I can't really get into without knowing, what you're doing. But you're going to have to try different things. That's what me and Ariel have been doing, CBO campaigns, stuff like that. And that's what I want you to see and learn over the next few YouTube videos. Now, these things I'm going to be showing, these tutorials, they aren't perfect. They're not going to guarantee results, but they're things that I've been testing with different countries, different states, CBO campaigns with lookalikes and all this different stuff. That's really just not normal and hasn't really been talked about. The normal of Facebook ads is just, all right, make a single campaign, non-CBO, $10 a day ad sets, $20 a day, single interest, without, actually putting any effort to finding real interest that is your actual audience, and then just going with that. But that's not how it works now. Now you have to get out of your comfort zone and do things that, aren't normal, that people aren't really talking about, because that's the only way you're going to get a different result and achieve something that you haven't achieved before. So what I want you to do, if you actually want to learn Facebook ads, I'm not here to give you the perfect example, the perfect method to making a bunch of money. There's no perfect method or no perfect example that's going to work exactly successful for every single person who tries it. But what I want you to do is just try things that are new. And if you don't have money to start, then I wouldn't recommend just putting all your money in it up front. Go out there, do some things, gain some capital, work a job, whatever. Like another kid on my Instagram live last night, I was like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I work at Belk's. I make 15 bucks an hour, whatever it is. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, well, I was asking him, what do you want to do for his career? He's like, well, I go to college right now for biology. And I was like, all right, what kind of job do you want to get? He's like, I don't even like biology. I don't even know I'm taking the class. So if you actually want something, I asked what his end goal was. And eventually, after all that stuff, he said he wanted to start drop shipping. Now, what I would recommend, instead of going to college and studying something you don't want to study, and wasting money on that, you could put that money towards a business start. It doesn't have to necessarily be drop shipping, but just any business in general. Use that money that you're making from a specific job. For his example, he's working at Belk's, making a little bit of money. And I was like, yeah, man, I recommend, you have $500 to $1,000 to get started. And he's like, man, that's like a year of work for me. I guess he doesn't work that many hours at the job because he has to go to college and he's spending money at this college. And he said he doesn't even like biology. So one thing, use your time, use your money in the right areas. He's working at Belk's, which he doesn't like, and he's making a little bit of money. He's going to college for something he doesn't even want to study and is spending a lot of money on college, I'm sure. And those are two things tied together that most people go throughout their whole lives doing and end up living a normal life because they work a job they never want to work. If you want to get capital for a business, you're going to have to do something you probably don't want to do. Work a job, mow lawns, manual labor, whatever, to get money to start that business. But that's just how it works. But most people go through that and they don't like it, but they still do it for their whole lives. And then they go to college and study something they really don't want to do necessarily, or they don't know what they want to do yet. And they get out of college, they're in debt, and they don't know where to go, and they get a decent job, whatever, and they do that their whole lives, but they never really achieve what they actually want to achieve. They see success, and they don't know how to get there. They think it's too far ahead of them, and they never actually go out there and try to attain it. It's similar with, getting a job or starting a business and, starting to learn Facebook ads. In order to learn something, you're going to have to fall on your face, and you're going to have to learn. There's nobody that can keep you 100% out of losing money. Some people get lucky, some people don't. That's just how it is. If you want to learn something, go out there, try it on your own. What I like to do, I like to help you guys and try and minimize your risk as much as possible because I think you should learn not just from yourself, but from others' failures. And that's very important to do. I'm here to help you cut the learning curve. That's why I made this YouTube channel. That's why I created Next Generation E-commerce. That's why I created that free course that's coming out soon. So I'm here to help you as much as possible in these next few YouTube videos coming up over the next few days. I'm excited to show you guys what's going on and some new stuff that may help you out. So if you enjoyed this video, you learned something, or at least hopefully shifted your mindset a little bit, I'm excited to see you in these future videos. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.